In this video, we're going to be looking at a trap from the Traxler counterattack. But before I get into the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. I release weekly content and you wouldn't want to miss out. Anyways, enjoy the video. The Traxler counterattack is a very aggressive response by Black against the Italian opening. This opening is very common and starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop c4. Most common response here by Black is bishop to c5. However, another very common response is knight f6, the two knights defense. This response has one main flaw, which is knight to g5. As we can see, this initiates the very common fried liver attack. In general, the most popular response here is d5. However, there is another very popular response too, which is the Traxler counterattack. As we can see, White is attacking the f7 pawn in two ways. The most obvious threat is knight takes f7, forking the rook and the queen. This is in fact a big threat. However, in the Traxler counterattack, we give up material for aggressive chances. This starts with bishop to c5. And after the very popular response, knight takes f7, there is another beautiful move. Bishop takes f2. Now you might be confused at first. You're like, what is Black doing? They're just giving up all the material. We can see White has a fork, White can take the free piece. However, if White plays king takes f2, the position is very, very dangerous after knight takes e4. White can easily go wrong and be checkmated quickly. As we can see in this position, White has many responses on where they can move. They can move to g1, f1, e1, e2, e3, or f3. So we can see 6 different moves which White can play. In this trap, we will look at a very bad move that White may play in your game, king to f3. At first, it looked like White was completely winning up a ton of material. However, this is completely losing, and if played correctly, Black should be able to checkmate White. The line starts with queen to f6, giving up yet another piece. After king takes e4, Black can play queen to f4. Now we can see White has 2 responses here, and only 2. King to d3 or king to d5. First off, king to d5 loses immediately to checkmate at 1. Your opponent probably will see this and play king to d3. However, this line still loses after d5. Now, this may look like a weird move at first. However, it does many things. Number 1, it attacks the bishop, as we can see. And number 2, it cuts off this light squared bishop's circulation to the knight. Now, you may be wondering, what happens after simply bishop takes d5, taking the free pawn? There is queen to d4. And now the only move for White is king to e2, in which now Black chooses to reclaim some of their lost material with queen takes d5 after knight takes h8, taking the free piece. We can see in this position that Black is completely losing in terms of material. We can see that both players have queen. However, White has 2 rooks to Black's 1, and White has 1, 2, 3 minor pieces, whereas Black only has 1, 2 minor pieces. However, there is bishop to g4, skewering White and looking to reclaim a free queen. So no matter where White goes, whether they go to e1, f1, f2, or e3, after Black captures the free queen, it will be completely lost. This knight in the corner will also be lost because the 2 escape squares are cut off. And now we can see that after sacrificing a ton of material, Black has finally won the game. Let's go back a couple of moves. Right here is where white went wrong after king to f3. As I mentioned earlier, there were 6 different moves. This one was the one that lost. So in your games, make sure to correctly calculate completely before doing anything. At first, it looked like black was completely losing, just giving up a ton of material. However, in the end, as we saw, it was white who lost the game.